What up, what up, what up? Good afternoon. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. It's lunchtime for your boy. I thought, you know what, let's just do a quick pocket dump. React to some new EDC items that seem to have just dropped. Give me a Lima Charlie if you can hear me loud and clear. Hopefully everybody's having a good one. Let me know down below, hashtag bars. Let me know down below what is actually in your pockets. What's in my pockets is going to be listed right here. It'll be there listed. I'll go through those items specifically. But if you see folks join late and they're like, well, what does X have in his pocket today? It's up there on the screen. It's not the leaf. That's actually the Kershaw leak. So we'll fix that as well. While we're getting the confirmations, I appreciate those that are coming through already making the stuff happen, bro. Let me go in here and see what is going on with my skills of writing real quick, bro. Let me fix that real quick, man. All right, so we got the Kershaw leak. Saved, done. Everybody already coming through and all that good stuff as well. Mr. Skiller, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. Saying second to the party. We got the moderator or moderators up in this thing as well. The real Chris Brown. What up, bro? Hope you're having a good one, dog. Yes, absolutely. Make sure that you Geppetto that like button. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate that. Tater Don coming through as well, saying Q colon as a reminder. If you're trying to catch my attention, you know, chat is chat and questions are questions. If you want your question or your comment to gain my attention, put a Q and a colon in front of it, and then it will help me out. Matter of fact, I'm going to put Q colon in front of your comment to gain my attention, and then I'll pin this comment. Yeah, so if you want to, so we'll do that. We'll throw that up there as well. Links in the description for anything that I'm talking about. Some are affiliates, some are not, just kind of like saving you the trouble of having to look it up. Some of that stuff might kick back to your boy, and I appreciate stuff like that as well. Birdman coming through. What up, man? Hopefully you're having a good one. True Budget EDC, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. He says, what up, X? Hopefully all is well. Leon in this thing as well, man. Leon is in this thing. Brian's Tech. Did you ever get that book out sold, man? I've been checking out your content, man. I've been lurking. You know, so I lurk on these channels, be watching it. Hopefully you're having a good one as well. Lima Charlie confirmations coming through from everybody. See Fuss 89. What up, man? Hopefully you're having a good one. Got a Workos FC11 in his pocket with a VGKC Adventure. I don't know what that is. Swiss Army knife. Let's see, a Galen leather EDC wallet in a Bear Hanks. Okay, I don't have to look some of that shit up because I don't know what a VG. I feel like I should know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I hate myself. I don't know what all these is sometimes though. State Lightning is in here as well. So you owe me some goddamn hinges. You're always kicking my door in. You're always kicking the door in. Hopefully you're having a good one as well. It says, check out the Kubi Hydro. Hope all is well. Knives are life. What up, man? Field trip. Let's do a field trip, bro. Let's do a field trip. The Kubi, what did you call it? The Kubi Hydro? Kubi Hydro. I mean, it just has a nice little name to it. Okay, so it dropped in April. It was a Hydro or Hydra? Or is it Hyde? What is it? I'm not seeing it. Because like when I search it up, I see, well, I guess Hydra. It is 14C28 and blade steel. And It looks like, okay, it's a little fixie. It could be a neck knife. You can also clip it in your pocket. I like the fact that it is 14C28, and it reminds me of my Boker scalpel. It's not exactly that. Zen, thank you for becoming a member. Super well appreciated. We appreciate that, man. You got a good goddamn head on your shoulders. $60 for this little Hydra. I mean, it actually kind of sounds fair. 60 bucks. It is, it reminds me of the Boker scalpel. Field trip. Let's go look that up real quick. Boker scalpel. Except the Boker scalpel is only, I guess it doesn't, I guess it doesn't 100% remind me of that. It's like, this one's $45 on Blade HQ. You can normally get it like $35, but this is D2. I think 14C28, and you know, that little Scandinavian might be a little bit better. There's a possibility it could be a little bit better over there. Let's see. Let me bring myself over a little bit. Hold on. Okay. So we also have, now we're going to jump into the items that I actually have in my pocket here in a second. Let me just, it's going to irk me that I'm not centered. There we go. Now I feel way better. We got the Discord link. Also, the marinex.com/Discord is how you join the Discord. So if you go to marinex.com, you can join the Discord, and all of that good stuff. See the Hydro knife, global or weak. So maybe I'm just not, maybe I'm not seeing it. If a moderator can link it in chat, I'll click it, because maybe I'm just tripping and I can't see it. If anyone is in the market for a 5.35 Ranger Eye Green, let me know. Hey man, hey, he already got the deal. He already know what the deal is. I know you mentioned it in Discord. As I mentioned before, the Discord is where you can post your buy, sell, trade stuff, and Brian does have that listed in the buy, sell, trade for the Discord. You can throw it in, if you're trying to snatch that thing up. He has the Ranger Green, which is, yours looks pretty good. The coating still looks pretty good on yours. So I know you're a tech guy, so maybe you're just knocking out a bunch of that tech opening stuff. You know what I'm saying? Pocket dumps that we got going on in the Discord today. Seiko watch. Let's see. Okay, we got a, this is like a nice little purple carry. Like, you're not playing around with this purple, like, at all. This is a nice little carry going on. It says bump it. And then we got a boomstick in here, full size Friday for Crisco. With this boomstick, it has a knife. It looks like some type of, I don't know what wallet that is. He has a smart watch. I almost threw up. Gerber shard on the keychain. I think that's a Ridge key collector. I don't know what that flashlight is, but extra mag, ready to rock and roll for his carry for today. And let's see, a couple of days ago, carried by Naughty Nerd. You know, I've been seeing a lot of these organizers, especially by like Viper 8. You know what I'm saying? And I like the way that these things work, where you can kind of just have everything ready to go, some type of frame lock in there. And nice little collection, Dude, who just joined in here? Let me confirm a couple of folks, and then we'll jump into what I'm actually carrying as well. Judas, thanks for kicking the door in on the Discord. You are now confirmed. All right, so let's talk about what I'm carrying today. Let's react to some new stuff that I saw just kind of getting posted. Now, some of the stuff is new-ish. Some of the stuff might not be 100% new, because I just, you know, I got 5 kids, a wife, and a lot of shit going on. So maybe I don't get to stuff immediately when they drop. Maybe not immediately when they drop, but it's my lunchtime. You see the computer behind me. That's my work computer. I took a break from work for lunch, and I decided to kind of go ahead and shoot the shit and take a look at some different stuff. Before we do any of that stuff, though, let's actually look and see what we're carrying for today. So the wallet's the first thing I want to look at here. This is the Dango A10 wallet. This is an A series wallet. Now, the thing about these A wallets is that you can actually slide a component off the wallet, and when you slide it off, it exposes your most used ID. Like right there, I have my driver's license behind that $5 bill, and you can slide this back on. And the thing about this thing is you can put, so this is the Dytex accessory, but you can change this plate out whatever you want. So this is a G10 plate, but you can get it in hardwood. They have it in carbon fiber. They have it in titanium. They have it in all sorts of ways. So it's super solid, and you can just put some of your other cards that you don't use as often in here, and you just push those up with your finger. I actually kind of like that feature. And then your most used cards you can leave here and just use that pull-up feature that a lot of companies are using. When you pull this up, it exposes just a couple of my debit and credit cards. So it's a nice little feature. I put a lanyard on here, which I normally don't do. I wanted to just show what it looks like in its entirety, just because I thought it would be kind of interesting. Zoom out a little bit so you can see a little bit better. But this is not normally how I would do it, but it comes off and it goes on and off so easily that I kind of like the way that, I mean, look, super easy. If you don't want to take this whole bulky thing out, you can leave this home. Like, imagine this is a bunch of cards you never use. Leave that home and then just take this with you. And then this can just easily slip into your pocket. The only upgrade I can see them doing is making this MagSafe. Like, if this was MagSafe and you could slip it off and then put it on your phone, ugh, bro, that would be Gucci. That would be kind of like God tier genius. But I don't know if they can't do that because it interferes with cards or something like that. The A10 series of wallets start off, if you want like the full shebang, you can get it for like 99 bucks right now. It's normally $120. So let's just imagine it's 120 is what you would normally be paying. It's on sale. This is not an affiliate page. I just wanted to show it to you. Dango sent it out to me in exchange for a couple of they sent this out to me to be featured in a future video, but no money is exchanging hands. So I thought it was interesting. I wanted to show it to you guys. Also, that A10 pullout feature, if you want to change that from the Dytex, if you want to change it to leather, then there you go. You can look at that as well. I actually kind of like the way they got this modular design going up. They're competing with the likes of, they're competing with themselves with the M1 Maverick, but they're also competing with the likes of Travax. They're competing with Axwell. All these companies that are Ridge, I think, lets you do a little bit of accessories, not as much. They kind of let you customize your wallet. I'm kind of liking the way this goes. Now that they sent this out to me, I'm kind of starting to kind of get like a full chub for the walnut backplate. I kind of want the walnut. I have the G10, but I kind of want the walnut backplate, bro. That shit look kind of dope. Like, the nickel looks okay. Carbon fibers, like, whatever. But the walnut one is kind of getting grandpa excited. Especially when you take sexy ass photos like this. Like, it just kind of gets grandpa excited. Let's see, they have the A10 phone adapter plate. What is this? Is this something that maybe they already thought of it and I'm not an evil genius? Like, they already thought of it. Okay, there you go. I guess you can add this to it and make it adapted or whatever. So there you go. Check that out if you're interested in any of that type of stuff that might rock your world as well. The watch, we'll talk about the rec spec. This is the rec spec popcorn edition. This is I think it's a 38mm watch. I have it on a NATO strap right now just to kind of show you what it looks like on the wrist, and I'll take it off. My strap's starting to wear down a little bit. I'm gonna have to buy a new strap soon. But I actually really like this watch. It is a dress watch that turned into a field watch. This is a 1960s, like a 1960s era watch that is kind of turned into a field watch. It has automatic movement. It's assembled in America. Super rare. I've talked about this before. Super rare for a lot of watches nowadays. A lot of them are made overseas. I've mentioned before, I don't like the placement of the crown, and it's not a lockdown screw down crown. What is it actually? Is it a pop out? No, it's only a pop out. So I wish it was a lockdown screw down crown, but you can tell where they are saving money by those small little features. The loom is decent on this. It wears really well on the wrists. I just like the way this looks overall. And of course, you know, automatic movement watch ticks multiple times per second, whereas a quartz movement ticks 1 time per second. That's like the main. And then sometimes you normally get more accurate time and all the other type of crap. So I'm a big fan of this watch. So this bad boy here is normally will run you $295. Now in comparison, if you wanted to get like a similar VAR, it would probably be like $349 for an automatic movement, about the same specs and same dimensions. And this one specifically that I'm wearing is the white popcorn. If you don't want it, it's $355 with the bracelet. If you don't get the bracelet, it goes back to $295. If you want to get a Hamilton with the automatic spec like this, it would probably cost you up near $500. So they are trying to compete. And also, Hamilton's no longer made in the States. So they're trying to assemble watches in America and really make them competitive. So I'll probably do a review on this soon. I thought this was a very interesting one as well. Jumping into the actual carry for today for the knife, trying to get back to my time. Listen, I filmed a video the other day and I featured the Kershaw leak with the 14C28N Scandinavian little Scandi blade seal on this. I forgot how much I like this little assisted opening knife. I forgot how much I like this little thing. I need to clean it up. Haven't used it in a while. Copper scales. I'm gonna put this in a little bit of the silver or low for what is it called? The sulfur or whatever that shit's called. The force patina. This thing. Mine's starting to patina. If I were to take off this pocket clip and show you, you can kind of see what my copper looks like under the pocket clip versus on top. But since I don't carry this so much and I want to really force patina this, I think I'm going to put it in a little bit of liver or sulfur and force patina it a little bit. This is a Ken Onion design made in America. This is a CPM 154 blade steel. They also make it in a 14C28N, but this is a CPM 154 blade steel Elite. I like this because you can open it with the assisted opening with the flipper, but you also can use the thumb stud, and a lot of knives don't have these nowadays. This has a lock. Like right here, I click this up. Now my kids can't accidentally open this. Double locking, I like that. I like the fact that you can have like a little safety feature on there. It has liners, and I don't think it would be entirely too hard to change the scales out, but I kind of like the way this looks. Normally less than $100. I kind of F with this. I kind of F with that, bro. It's kind of freaking nice. And then the last thing in the pockets for today is the Ace Beam Pocket Light AA. This is the 10th anniversary edition titanium alloy body. If you're a titanium bull, okay, this is how you can get your hands on a titanium alloy flashlight. And I don't think this is space grade titanium. I think it's titanium alloy. But this gives you an opportunity to get your hands on a titanium flashlight for less than $100. It comes with a rechargeable battery that they give you, and that will get you, so it does 5 lumens. It does 5 lumens, 50 lumens, 100 lumens, and 500 lumens, if I'm not mistaken. 5 lumens is perfect for me. I wish I can get lower than that. You know, a lot of times Olight is really good with like the God tier, and it's charged with USB Type-C. It's one thing I like about the battery. If the battery does go dead, of course, it is the Ace Beam Pocket Light AA. You can just throw a AA battery in there. You won't get 500 lumens out of a regular AA battery, but you'll still be able to use your flashlight, which is a good thing. 10th anniversary edition, 10th anniversary of the company, so they celebrate about dropping this flashlight. I think that some of the labeling is a little cheesy, but it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. So I kind of like the way, I kind of F with it though. It is actually pretty, it is pretty well made. The only other thing to kind of really talk about without diving too deep in it is the writing utensils for today. I still am writing in the Lockbee notebook, and this one in particular, I've been really messing with this more and more. This thing starts at $59. I like the price point. I love the fact it's made in a wax canvas. You can use any journal that you want as long as it kind of fits their specs. I'm using the journal that I sell on my website. Shameless self-promotion. But you can use whatever you want. And of course, I've talked about before actually how to write in these notebooks and how to take notes daily. Do I have anything in here that's super private I can't show? Hold on, let me see. I know I got notes for work in here. I might not be able to show it. Yeah, I might not be able to show it. Well, this one. Okay, we can show from July 11th. Like July 11th, I had some notes in here. Primary task, secondary task, tertiary task. It might be blown out because of the camera. But love this thing. It's actually fits pretty, works really well. Holds my pen, which is right now is a tactile turn special edition pen. I think this one's no longer available. But if you're interested, you can always just go check out their website and see whatever else they may have. This one is the Nebula, which is was a release they did 2 years ago, which is just they take the base stainless steel and do some type of funky pattern to it. I don't know if it's Cerakoting or some type of way to color. I don't know what they did to it, but it looks pretty good. So that's kind of the carry that we are rocking for today. Let me know what's in your pockets. Q Colon gains my attention. I appreciate the patience going through that. It was just interesting, man. I just want to let me see what's going on with some of these Q Colons before I start looking at some of the new releases that I saw that I thought was pretty interesting. Very Good Knife Company means VGKC. Okay, there we go. There we go. See? Jaime says, what up, X? I have checked out the have you checked out the new Infinity Tool Modular Strap 2.0? What do you think about it? No, I haven't, but I'll write it down. I also have this little reporter style notebook that I use. I'm actually on my last 2 pages. I use the shit out of this. Last 2 pages for my reporter style notebook that I got from this one is Field Notes, I got it on Amazon. So, and I like to keep this because it could just take a bunch of quick notes. So let me see. Let me write that down. I'll see if we can get to it at the end of this live stream. I want to react to some of this stuff first, but I don't want to forget about your comments. So we'll go with the Infinity. And if I don't get to it, I'll look it up. That's why I keep this freaking notebook on my desk. Modular tool strap 2.0. Interesting. And my cigar went out, which means I talked for more than 5 minutes. Mad says, what is a good outdoors folding knife used for hunting and outdoors in general, but not for skinning animals with good blade steel? So what I can tell you is what I use. I'm not an expert on quote unquote what will be a good one. So when I go hunting, there's a couple of knives I put on my hip that I would not be afraid to. I don't skin with these knives, to your point, Mads. But if I needed to do something in my deer stand, if I needed to cut out a buttocks, if I needed to cut out a bladder or intestines, I would do it with these knives with no issues. So I like to carry the Benchmade full-size Adamas crew wear. I like the crew wear. I like how resilient it is. And I like to carry the Benchmade Crooked Rivers. Now, I know you can get a lot. I also like to carry the SE number 4, which is a fixed blade knife. And then I like to carry Montana knife. Now, I actually have not carried a Montana Knife Company knife yet hunting, like actually out with me hunting, but I look forward to doing it. So since I've acquired my Montana Knife Company knives, I haven't had the chance to do that. I don't know what your price point is, but the ones I just routed off, especially the Benchmades, I've been carrying those with me like for hunting purposes, probably for 4 seasons now. So that's quite a good chunk. But other folks can throw in chat other things they may think of in regards to, good knives or whatever. Loadout EDC, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. You mentioned Ken Onion. I noticed you have a work sharp field sharpener and a precision sharpener. What's your preferred method for sharpening knives? So I don't have a precision sharpener. They sent me a precision sharpener loadout, and I immediately gave it away. I don't even think I opened it. But they sent me the Ken Onion pull-through sharpener and then the Mark II of the other pull-through. I have both of those. I need to probably give those away too, because to answer your question more directly, I prefer to use my TS Prof sharpener hands down. Like, that thing is like my go-to for sharpening. It's the item that makes me feel the most comfortable when it's time to get ready with sharpening. I use the Pioneer Plus system. This system itself I don't have the base plate on it, so I think the base plate on this one makes this one $450. But I just clamp mine down to my workbench and it works just fine. I like this one because you don't have to use the actual plates or the stones that come with TS Prof. You can use third-party stones, and I like that fact, so that you're not stuck with using their stuff. Now, the thing about Work Sharp and their precision sharpeners, you can adapt them with third-party stones, but you have to buy like an adaptation kit and stuff like that. But this is how I prefer to do it. This is very bacon, lettuce, and tomatoes. Very just like, you don't know how to sharpen well here, so we're gonna give you a go. We're gonna try to help you out. This is kind of what this helps me out with, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. Mr. Skilla says, show your desk pouch. I do have this pouch that kind of lives with me everywhere. This is the Nutsack Double Admin pouch. I guess this is technically a part of my EDC. I saw Maurice Moves do a video when he talked about the 70 items he touches every day. Fantastic video. Great idea. I'm almost tempted to do the same thing, because there's so much stuff I touch every day that, quote unquote, I guess is a part of my carry. This thing is so packed full of stuff. I just didn't want to spend all this time going over, because at any moment I might grab my iPod Touch or grab a multi-tool or grab whatever out of this pouch. But this isn't technically a part of my everyday carry for today, because if I leave the house today, go to a coffee shop, go to the post office, I'm always picking up stuff. If you want to send me stickers, my PO box is in the description. But I'm there almost every day picking up stuff. And, you know, I won't leave with this pouch most likely, you know, so it just really depends. RF Field Tech says, how would you use your gas mask accessory? How would you use a gas mask accessory pouch for EDC? I probably wouldn't, not for everyday carry. I understand what you're going for. Maybe you want a gas mask accessory. Maybe you have an urban fighting kit, an urban assault kit, or something like that. You want to keep it the ready just in case there's civil unrest. I guess that's what you want it for, right? And I have gas masks for everyone in my family except for my 2-year-old and my 1-year-old. I get my stuff from Mirror Supply. But everything that I have is specifically, or Mirror Safety, everything that I have is specifically for using here at the house. If there was something to go on, then I have everything here at the house. I don't have anything that goes along with me. So I don't even have pouches like I used to have in the Marine Corps that can adapt our gas masks and pouches. I don't even own those type of pouches. Everything that I have here is in kits, and they're just waiting to be used. My 1-year-old and my 2-year-old, I do need to get them some. And I need to check and see if my 3-year-old's mask, if he's outgrown it, because I bought it when he was 2. So it actually might fit my 2-year-old. I have to check that out as well. But these are pricey. I don't recommend these to everybody. You can get half respirators. You can get full gas masks. There's a lot of different things you can get. Fit it to all sorts of scenarios and all that type of stuff. But it's going to be up to you if you want to use these bad boys. So it's interesting. Hopefully, you know, I couldn't answer your question, but hopefully you understand my logic of why I don't do it. The Roaring Fire pouch I won from you is my power kit and my work bag now. Battery banks, cords, wall ports, even some small solar panels. I dig it. Hey, no, first off, congrats for winning that. Second of all, bruh, my tech accessories is hanging on the side of this. I have the same type of thing going on. I use a Tomtoc little bag for my tech accessories because I'm always looking for Thunderbolt 3 cables or a regular USB-C cable or a battery bank, a lot of different shit. Of course, I film YouTube videos, but I also work a regular job. So it's always stuff going on. Speaking of stuff going on, the first item I kind of want to talk about is Benchmade announced now you can fully customize the meat crafter. I wanted to talk about this because it's like, $290. It's still starting off with, I think, the same blade steels, right? So I think you can get the 440C, or you can get the 154CM. That's what the meat crafter has always been. Of course, now it has a black DLC in polish finish. It depends on how you customize this. So it's really going to be up to you as to whether you want to buy this or not. Unless you're just like super in love with the meat crafter series, this just feels really pricey. You can get something from a third-party company if you're going to be using this for processing kills out in the field, or if you're going to be using this for, you know, cutting. Maybe you don't process fresh kills. Maybe you have someone do it for you, but they give you a bunch of lats. They give you a bunch of parts of the animal, and you have to take it home and actually cut it up and decide what you're going to cook and freeze and all the other type of stuff. You would use this knife for that. But $290 feels, I mean, especially when they're competing with themselves. I mean, they have their, of course, made with different scales, but you can get their OG for $180. You can get different blade lengths if you need a longer blade length, $200. So they're kind of competing with themselves with this. Benchmade is just known for something that sells well, to redo and make it customizable, change out the scales and charge you a bag. They're good at that, right? You can also get it even cheaper on Blade HQ. Blade HQ, if you want to get it, you know, you can get the mini meat crafter for $162, the regular for $180. You can get that ridiculously orange coated one for $405, which I don't know who would want to cut up a bunch of meat. I could just, would the coating rub off on that? So here's another one. I think I reacted last week to the Benchmade PSK. Now the Benchmade meat crafter. Benchmade is still putting out new stuff, but some of the stuff is just like, man. I mean, to cut up some meat, unless you're a butcher, like I literally live. If I took off right now and started walking, I would walk to a local butcher near me. He's closed on Mondays and Sundays. Legit butcher. You know what I'm saying? You walk in, he does nothing but cut up meat right behind you, behind the counter, like you see in the movies. I live right next to a butcher. I will be there in 3 minutes via walking. He probably wouldn't even have this shit. Just overall, there's a whole lot of new arrivals. I thought too much to kind of like talk about from Blade HQ. Some of these aren't brand new. Some of them are new to Blade HQ. And so I just put this whole page down there just in case you're wondering like what new knives are coming soon. Microtech just dropped a bunch of stuff. Giant Mouse dropped some stuff. I saw Neves Knives talking about it. I saw Tri-State EDC talking about it. And so they're about to drop some stuff. Microtech just kind of freaking letting their balls hang out. How much stuff they just dropped on Blade HQ. And of course, I mentioned the PSK by Benchmade that is available. I talked about that last week. QSP, they still got quality. You know, I mean, I think the QSP stands for quality service or something like that. Quality service, and I forget what the P stands for. But their pricing is still good. Maybe it stands for price policy. I don't know. They just dropped a bunch on Blade HQ. Most of them are below 80 bucks, so you can go check those out as well. But this is what I wanted to highlight. Listen, I miss my Spyderco Delica 4, bro. I miss the Spyderco Delica 4. I sold it because it was never getting carried. I was never carrying this thing, and I felt like I was treated like a redhead stepchild. I've talked about before feeling gluttonous, feeling like I'm carrying too much stuff in regards to my EDC. And I was just like, nah, I need to get rid of it. Of course, Spyderco knows when they got a good thing. They're similar to Benchmade. When they got a good thing, they kind of run with it. But they don't really jack the prices up, and they really do kind of give you different flavors. So they've just dropped another Spyderco Delica 4. They've also dropped a Police 4, which is a bigger size of this, same kind of form factor. It is rocking the CTS PD #1 steel. So Spyderco has always been known for trying out some different blade steel. They describe the Micro Melt PD1 as like a ultra grade D2 with better wear resistance, better toughness. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't really care. I just wanted to show you what this looks like. If you are a Spyderco collector, this Delica, it has like this deep burgundy color mixed in with purple. This is a sprint run, so if you collect these things, I don't know how many they're gonna make, but you might want to check it out. This is the rest of them that are kind of in that same color. The Stretch 2 XL, the Dragonfly, and a few other ones are going to be coming out in that same burgundy here in the next couple of weeks. I mentioned the Endura is already dropped. The Delica just dropped. The Police 4 just dropped this week. So whatever meets your flavor. I think they're made of the FRN scales, and they just color them the burgundy color. So is the price point fair? I don't know. I don't have a comparable, but that's just something to give you some information for as well. Before I jump into the next one, let me see what you guys are talking about in the comments real quick. It says $290. You can get an actual custom knife for it. Yeah, 290 bucks. The only thing about a custom knife is you're stuck on the warranty. If someone custom makes you a knife and that person dies, like we're all gonna die, right? Who's gonna warranty the knife, right? Especially if they're a small batch dealer, and sometimes they're really iffy, they're really firm on the warranty. So sharpening and all that type of stuff, Benchmade is going to just let you send the knife back to them, sharpen it for you. You know, you're missing some hardware, they charge you $3 for the hardware or whatever. So that sometimes the warranty which makes it a little bit better. Just ordered the Boker MUK. Have you seen one yet? No, but I'll write it down. I think maybe I saw it in passing, but I don't know if I've actually like 100% checked one out. I don't know if I've 100% checked one out. Have you, first off, Red Lobo, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. Have you used the Kershaw Step? Is it Step with 2 P's or Steep? Steep? It's D2, but it looks nice in the EDC fixed blade. Field trip. Let me just look this up real quick. I'm going to look up that Kershaw as well while I'm at it. So okay, so that's what you're talking about for the fixed blade. So the only thing about D2 for me personally, where I go is very dewy. It's a lot of dew out there. I don't know how well fixed blade will hold up out there. When I get into my deer stand at 4:30 in the morning, there's dew all over the place. Sometimes there's humidity in the deer stand, and I don't know. I don't want my stuff to rust really quick. Will it? I don't know. But I mean, for 44 bucks, this one's out of stock. But for 44 bucks, and you know, maybe you just want to EDC a fixed blade and you're not going to be taking it out in the field. They do advertise this for camping and hiking. I don't know about that. The spine of it doesn't look very conducive for striking a ferro rod. It doesn't look like it's at a 90 degree, but I don't know. I still feel like it's a pretty good deal. Kershaw and Kaiser have always had like very competitively priced competitively priced fixed blades, like 100%. The Boker MUK, maybe it's not gonna pop up like that. Hold on, let me see if I can look it up on the Google machine. Okay, so the fixed blade Boker Plus, oh, it's a $39 little banger. This is made of 12C27. I've never heard of that. I mean, Boker makes a lot of stuff in Germany, so this is a Swedish Scandi steel. I wonder what that most compares to. It's $33. It's coming soon. They don't even have a photo up on Blade HQ. That's how new it is. So it looks like you can add this pre-ordered on their shopping. I like the stabilized wood scales. I do like that. Actually, I kind of F with this. I kind of F with this knife. I can see this, me personally. Is that an Alti clip or just something Alti clip like? I don't think it's a real Alti clip. Here's what I think about this. It looks like you can put this in your pocket. The blade is 2.4 inches. It's going to be illegal in a lot of states. And I like the fact that it looks like in the future you can take these scales off pretty easily. This is full tang, so I'm assuming you can just take these scales off in a blink of a second. That might make it a better carry for a neck knife, because if you want to wear this like a neck knife, it might be too big. You might look ridiculous with a knife that's 6.69 inches. But let's just say you're renegade like that. You take the wood scales off and it makes the knife that much lighter around your neck. That might be something that you may want to do as well. Interesting. The MUK. Let me save this real quick. Appreciate that, man. All right, so some other thing I want to talk about is, listen, I'm always looking for deals for earbuds, headphones, all that type of stuff, even like in-ear monitors. I did a review earlier on that. I saw these Skull Candies, the Shesh ANC active noise canceling actives. These things are on pre-order. You can order them on Amazon. They're $89. I think Amazon, they're a little bit cheaper. They just looked interesting to me. I don't know how well they're going to work, but there's so many active noise canceling earbuds out there. These for everyday carry. I could see these if you're a Skull. Now what Skull Candy is known for is bass. They are known for putting bass in your ears as heavy as they can. Okay. I kind of like the way these looks. They have 4 mics on them, so you're going to be able to use these for phone calls. 48 hours plus rapid recharge. So I don't know how much is going to be in the actual earbuds themselves. But I like, okay, so it's 27 hours on the earbuds, 21 hours with the case. If you turn off active noise cancellation, that's how you get 48 hours. That's not bad. So if you're looking for some earbuds with ANC, there's a lot of earbuds under 100, but like from reputable companies under $100, you're either waiting around to see a possibility if like Google Pixel Buds or some Beats may go on sale that have ANC, or you can just pick some of these up as well. So sweat and waterproof with IP67. So something to check out. Here's something that I just recently picked up. Nicor just dropped the Nicor MB 10,000. So this is a 10,000 milliamp hour battery bank. This is Gen 3. I bought this with my own money because I use battery banks multiple times a day. I'm a heavy user of my phone, whether for work, for YouTube, for personal, whatever. My kids use my phones. My phones are always in use. My iPads are always in use. I'm always on battery banks. So I decided to pick this up as soon as they announced it, because the day that they announced it with a 15% discount. So I bought it immediately, right? But they have since, so this is Gen 3 here. We'll talk about the comparisons with Gen 2. This is a carbon fiber wrapped battery bank. It's 50% smaller and weighs less than most battery banks on the market. It is they say the smallest 10,000 milliamp hour battery bank on the market. And I don't know, I've had a lot of them. This one feels like it could be. The reason I bought this is for a few subtle upgrades. Okay, you're gonna say, X, why in the hell would you buy something that's so similar to the previous model? And I'll tell you why. First off, Gen 3 has 2 USB-C imports. Both of them are imports or outputs. So now I've always had a headache finding USB-A cable. If I needed to charge like my phone and an iPad at the same time, I was running around the man cave like, God damn it, where's the USB-A to USB-C cable? Like, that was actually a headache for me. Okay. Second of all, this new one now has, they put like a little bit of rubber on the corners. And these things do have a little bit of technology inside, like smart technology. And you can, the old one, if I drop this thing, I was always nervous of like destroying the internals. So they rubberized the corners, so I appreciate that type of stuff. Another thing they did for this upgraded version is that now you can use, while you're charging this battery bank, you can use this with your device. So if I plug up something in either one of these ports, it doesn't matter which one, but if I plug up something in either one of these ports, I can still plug up something in the other port, and it does pass through charging. So the old one did pass through charging, but only with the USB-A port. So I was getting very slow speeds. So if I want to use this as like an impromptu, if I can use it for that as well. So that made sense. They also added like smart voltage technology, so it knows if you plug up something that uses that needs less voltage, it will feed that out. And the biggest upgrade for me personally is the max output is now up to 22 watts. This one was only doing 20 watts, which is not dramatically slower, but that was out of the USB-C port. And if you combine both ports together, you can get 36 watts from both of these. So for me, the upgrade was worth it, plus the discount. So these things are normally, I think, like $80 or $64. The discount got them 15% off. You can still get 10% off with the code that I put down there for you guys. So I thought that this kind of makes sense. And in the box itself, it includes a USB-A cable to USB-C, just in case you don't have, just in case you got a lot of OG items around. They include this in the box. So they include a USB-C to USB-A cable, just in case you got a bunch of items laying around that still use a USB-A. So the upgrades were worth it for me. Now, if you already own Gen 2, would I recommend that you upgrade to Gen 3? No, absolutely not. If you don't own either one and you're looking for something, you want something that's lightweight, if you're taking these, now a lot of folks may have comparables, whether it's by Anchor or Basis or RAV Power or whoever. I've had all those, and this one is the smallest of those, and this one is the lightest. So if I take this rucking with me, this is something I would take ruck worthy, then it doesn't add a lot of weight to my bag, and I still use it for charging purposes. I still like to use my rolling power, like multi-port charger with this bad boy. So when this released a week and a half ago, this thing released, I mean, I just bought it up immediately. I didn't even react to it last week. It is an interesting find, but so, and also you can dump this in water. So this thing can take up to 30 minutes of being sprayed by a water hose. Like who would be spraying their battery bank with a water hose? But it can take that as well. So subtle upgrades, they were worth it for me. If you already own it, then then so be it. But that's just something that you may want to check out as well. So let's see. Brandon says that the Skull Candy never hold up in my experience. I kind of noticed that with the bigger headphones that I had. Like, you see, I'm wearing some Bear Dynamic headphones. I've had Skull Candy headphones that go around the ear like this, and those bad boys just didn't work out for me. However, the earbuds, I've only had one pair of their earbuds, and they have been working out for me only because, and I'll keep it real with you, Brandon, the pair that I have is the Push. I think they're called the Push something. I forget what they're called. Those have been working out for me because I have multiple different earbuds that I rotate. I have IMs, I wear these, I wear those. So if they were my only ones, I don't know how they will work out. I really don't. Let's see. The Basis Bowie MA10 is my go-to for earbuds. ANC plus absolute dummy battery, 120 hours, $40, but they dropped to 20 all the time. There you go. Look at that. Freaking, that's a steal of a deal right there. So that is a steal of a deal right there. Let's see other comments that don't have Q colon in front of it before I go into some of these other items. Let's see. Problem with traveling is most planes, hotel still use USB-A, while this version you would need to travel with 2 cables. Yeah, that might be true. My experience, I solo travel once a year. And so does my wife. So this year she went to the Dominican Republic on a solo trip. My trip this year, I actually haven't decided what I'm going to do. We don't need a lot of notification to do it. The last big trip I did, I went to Belize by myself. This one I'm leaning going towards the Canary Islands off the coast of Africa. But I got to think about it. But I've noticed that if any places I go, I always have so many adapters with me that I'm usually A-okay, I'm usually A-okay. The Manix 2 is coming out in Hunter Green G10 with the CTS 204P. I don't know, that blade still, listen, the Rex is what I'm most interested in ever since I saw Neve Knives check it out and do his thing with it. It's just been so interesting to me. Jeff Rogers, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. Hopefully you're having a good one as well. Is that a fixed blade? Yeah, I think so. For that meat crafter or whatever, I think that was a fixed blade. All right, so kind of jumping into the next one here. I'm going to be doing a review of this bag soon. This is the Eberle Stock Executive Brief. This just came out about 3 weeks ago. I've had it since before they dropped it. I've been testing this thing for a while. I'm going to do my final review when I physically go to my job. Like, I physically have not been to my job. Let's see. I went there a year ago. No, I went to my job 6 months ago because they forced us to get new monitors. They forced us. So the monitor behind me is a 34-inch widescreen. I don't think you can see it. Hold on. And they forced us to get that 34-inch monitor. They were like, hey, if you still have a 21-inch monitor, turn it in. You don't have to take the 34, but you can't keep your 21. And I was using my own monitor. But when they said we had to turn in the 21-inch monitors, I was like, so I got to go to work. So I went and got that 6 months ago. But the last time I physically went into my job and worked, like cheeks in the seats, has probably been 2021. And so, you know, I really didn't get a chance to test out this bag very much in a work environment. Next week I have to go for the first time, and I have to work there a couple of days for 8 hours each day inside of the building. You know, we've been home since the pandemic. My job actually broke our lease. So I think we had 3 years left on our lease, and my job went ahead and paid. So 3 years on that lease was going to cost my job $40 million. They broke the lease. They gave the owner of the building $21 million cash, and they broke the lease. He took that happily, right? And he renovated it and he leased it to someone else. But when we broke our lease, saving us money, we all got to work from home. So we're all permanently working from home unless we rent a space and go, you know, we go to work a couple times a year. So I'll get the chance to fully test this thing out as a work bag. I've taken this traveling, and I've taken this thing to coffee shops. I've taken this thing to buddies' houses, and this is a CCW executive brief. Right there, right below where his hand is, there's a magnetic opening right behind that zipper where you can put normally in mine, I keep a 380, but you can put a gun back there and just use it as a CCW. Now me, when I use this, I don't holster the weapon. So it's I use a Bodyguard 380 by Smith & Wesson because it has a safety on it. My normal CCW is a Smith & Wesson 38 Special, but it doesn't have a safety, and I don't really feel comfortable reaching my hand in and out of a briefcase where I may accidentally put my hand in the CCW compartment with a gun that has no safety. So when I carry this, I carry a 380 that has a safety. I've actually been liking these features. At first I had a little anxiety because it has so much organization, and I've kind of started to notice that I don't necessarily like a lot of organization on my bags. Dwayne, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. Like, I don't like a ton of organization in my bags. This one I've been getting slowly more and more used to. Okay, so I'll be doing a full review on it. I like the way this thing feels. If you're an organization bull, you don't want to have to think it up on your own with a bunch of molly and like buying pouches. This is the briefcase for you. In comparables, are there other briefcases that allow for a CCW compartment? Not that I'm seeing. Let me know if you guys know of any. I'm talking about the 500D Cordura nylon, and has adjustable straps, has a CCW compartment. It can fit a 17-inch laptop. Let me know if any of them are out there, because I will be highly interested in that. Another new release that's going to be coming soon is I'm getting more and more into possibly dipping my toe into carbon fiber again. Okay, I shit all over carbon fiber 2 years ago, and I've kind of since walked away from it. I still own carbon fiber items very loosely. I have the Benchmade Mini Freak, that's carbon fiber. I have the Benchmade Bug Out S90V version, that's carbon fiber. And of course I own these 2 carbon fiber battery banks. I like those because they're lightweight. But everything else, I feel like everybody was just kind of going OD on carbon fiber. Like, for what purpose did you need a lightweight a lighter weight, you know, knife out of composite other than aesthetics. And it just really was turning me off. Now I'm starting to get a little bit turned back on with carbon fiber, almost a little bit. So I did pre-order this. This is a carbon fiber wallet by Axwell. Now, of course, Ridge makes one. I think Dango makes one. A lot of folks are making this one. This one kind of caught my interest. I like the design pattern of it. It's going to be $84 for pre-order. And then you can also use my discount code MarineX to get you an additional $10 or 10% off rather. Hopefully they just sell the plates though, because I bought the full wallet and I think I'm gonna probably end up giving the full wallet away to a channel member. So shout out to my channel members. I'm doing a giveaway August 15th for you guys. I did do a channel post about that. We're gonna give away a couple of knives and a flashlight. So check out my community post for channel members if you want to know what I'm giving away. But for this wallet, I'm thinking about buying it, checking it out, and then giving it away. But I want plates. I want the plates because I already own some Axwell wallets and I would love to just have some carbon fiber plates to swap out. So it's interesting little snag, but I like Axwell because they do give a portion of their money, their revenue, to veterans organizations. Okay, so that was very alluring to me. I like that. Here is a knife that I am actually very tempted to spend the money on. This is the DPX Hest. This knife has been out for some years. Okay, it has come out in different variants, but they just dropped the 4.0 version. The 4.0 version of this knife is going to be rocking Magna Cut. This is why I like this knife so much, but because this knife, all of the features that is jam-packed in there, the little top slither part, it can be a pot holder. It also can be, you can use it for opening the blade if you know, learn how to use it for that purpose. But it's also a bottle cap lifter. You see the jipping right there? That jipping is so aggressive, so that you can hold the knife better, but also the jipping is there because it has wire stripping. You can strip wires with that. So on the actual, you see the lanyard hole, they, instead of just making a regular lanyard hole, they made the lanyard hole into a hex driver. Now, you know, is it going to be able to drive it well? Maybe not, but they're really trying to make a pocket knife that has a lot of utility to it. It has a glass breaker on the end. They've always had the glass breaker. And the thing is about this glass breaker, hopefully you can unscrew it and take it off. You also could take these scales off if you want to, and just kind of rock it without the scales. I really like the concept of this. I love the concept of this knife overall. They're not making it in a Magna Cut for $275. The price made me kind of like want to throw up in my mouth a little bit at first, but then I really started looking at it, and it's a frame lock. The actual lock bar is a 440C to make the lock bar even stronger. They integrated the pocket clip to make the lockup even stronger. Like, they want you to hit this with logs and be stupid with the knife. Magna Cut rating on this is 60 to 63 HRC, and it's made in America. This one actually kind of got my attention, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. This one kind of got my attention. Has micarta on one side. I guess the other side is titanium with the frame lock. And I don't know, I kind of like it. What do you guys think about this one? Smash or pass? S for smash, P for pass. S for smash, P for pass on this one. I thought this one was kind of interesting. The price point kind of was like, you know, but I think I'm kind of effing with it a little bit. The micarta, if they can get it to me in G10, I think that's what will take it over the top, because I would want to take this hunting, and I don't like taking micarta hunting because they normally doesn't do so well with blood and stuff like that. So I think they're gonna release it on G10. They just don't have it on Blade HQ for G10 yet. I think their website has it with G10. So I'm seeing P's, okay. And I'm right there on the fence with it. I'm like a saucy S. I'm like a S and a possible. I'm like a S and a possible. We'll put that there for me. Something to think about as well. Victorinox. Victorinox is always trying some different stuff, and they are always going for their collectors. This is the companion New York style by Victorinox. It's designed for everyday use. 16 functions in one. Listen, unless you're like a Victorinox bull, this may not be something that's tempting to you, but I kind of like the way this thing looks. I like the granulation of the pattern. I like the two different color schemes. Still has the tweezers, the toothpick. It has an awl, has a corkscrew. you know, 16 tools in one. I like the fact that you could throw this on your keys, or you can put it in a kit. And this is actually kind of a nice little function. If you are a collector of Swiss Army knives, you don't want the regular boring one, then this one's coming in 3 different colorways. I mean, look at that funky colorway. You want to get this. This might be a nice little gift for someone that likes like just more bright color features in their EDCs. Maybe your daughters, or if you just use yourself like big bright stuff like that. This might be something you might want to check out. These don't start shipping until next week. So this is kind of like pre-ordered. Then they also have it in like this pink color. This one's really dope to me. I kind of like this one. I wouldn't buy this because I've owned so many different Swiss Army knives that don't get a lot of use. I've noticed that the one I use the most is the Huntsman and the nail clippers, and I've gotten rid of basically everything else unless they're inside of a survival kit. So if my Swiss Army knife is not in a survival kit, or if it's not nail clippers, or it's not the Huntsman, I don't even own it. Okay, I've gotten rid of the rest of them. But if you are all about it, then, you know, this might be something that you may want to check out. This might be something that you may want to check out. Let's see. I'm seeing some P's, some passes for that. Hey, I get it, man. I understand it. Ron says it's a hard P. Sucker Free says it's a hard P. It's a hard P. Pause. Pocket Theory says it's a hard pass as well. The Huntsman is one of their best models. Yeah, and I have the Huntsman in white. And once I realized how much I like the Huntsman, I legit use it. Can open up bottles of wine. I can use it for just like an EDC. Pocket Theory says New York. Nah, I'm good. And let's see. Brandon said he always fucks with a Victorinox. I really wouldn't buy the SAK, but I like it. Yeah, I like the look of it. This might be something that's good for a gift idea. Maybe not necessarily for your carry, but if you're trying to think of like, you know, we got a couple months before we are entering the holidays. This is why these companies are making these releases, guys. You know, we are like very quickly going to be into the holiday season. They're just dropping this stuff now. They're just dropping this stuff now. So here, listen, guys, let me tell you something. You ever have like remorse, regrets? You missed something? I sold my Conceal Pack 21 liter. I sold my Conceal Pack 21 liter. Field trip. Let me look this up. Marine X Conceal Pack Brown Buffalo. Bro, I sold my Conceal Pack 21 liter, and I'm just so disgusted because I miss it. I miss it. And the crazy thing is when I sold this thing, I did a video about this. This was my bag of the year for 2022. And I love this thing, but I wasn't using it enough, right? I mean, my locks were a lot shorter back then, but I wasn't using it enough. So I ended up selling it. And when I sold it, I almost instantly regretted it, because one thing I've started to notice with these bags nowadays, guys, is that they have almost entirely too much organization. They almost have too much organization. I love the orange interior on this one. I love that it only had like 3 pockets, and then everything else was modular. And then I sold it like a freaking nincompoop. Like the very back of the bag was just all hook and loop, and I could have held on to it. I should have held on to it, and I didn't. Okay, so I actually kind of have like a little bit of regret for this one. That brings me to the Conceal Pack Everyday Carry. They did a collaboration with Huckberry again. This is the second time they've done a collaboration with the Conceal Pack 21. It's a Conceal Pack because you can conceal a weapon in either the back portion of the bag, or you can conceal it in the front. That's why it's called the Conceal Pack. Okay, so you can conceal a weapon back here if you want to. It's a laptop area, or you can conceal a weapon back there. But this is made by a master seamstress. I forget his name, but he'll teach you how to sew if you want to take some of his classes out in California. This is a fantastic bag that I'm almost tempted to purchase all over again. This is cheaper than their website. These things on their website are $295. It's $245 on Huckberry. I love the multicam. I love the fact that you still get the organization, but this one you still get the full loop panel in the very back of this bad boy. And if we look inside, the biggest thing about this is, oh, they got the whole collection. Huckberry's done a whole little, but the loop panel on this one is now like this tan color instead of bright orange and green. So it's green for where the orange was, and the loop panel now is tan instead of being black. I like that. This thing is just, I'm very interested in this. It also says practice empathy on it. When's the last time we practiced empathy for others, right? But you know, I like I'm a big fan of this bag overall. This is why, because in that loop panel portion, you can take it and you can buy accessories and throw it on the loop panel. They have this one accessory, it's called the mod number 2. It's an actual holder for your iPads and stuff like that. Mod number 1 is a holder for your laptop. So they have different things that you can purchase whenever they're in stock. So the mod number 1 is the laptop sleeve, as I mentioned, and that mod number 2 you will put right on top. The bag that I'm carrying right now is by Able Carry, and it's nice. Okay, it's cool. But the Able Carry bag that I have right now, it is a little bit too much organization for me. It's almost too much organization, and I've said this before. They sent me is it the Daybreaker? No, it's not the Daybreaker. Hold on. Let me look it up real quick. Is it the Day Plus? Yeah, they sent me the Day Plus. They sent me the Day Plus. They sent it to me in this color. It's a very nice bag. X-Pack material. But you know what I've been noticing more and more is that I don't like bags with tons of organization. This one has it. Almost too much organization for me. I want to just be able to put the shit in there as I see fit. And so I've been testing this out. You know what I'm saying? And that brings me back to the actual Brown Buffalo, because yeah, this is an interesting one. So if you like Huckberry, which I'm a big fan of Huckberry, if you like Brown Buffalo, you got yourself a nice TSA compliant made in the USA bag, $245. That's a steal for me for what it gives you, but it's going to be up to you if that's something that you really want to F with. I got to end on this big one. Okay. I'm not a big fan of a lot of stuff that Carryology does, because unlike Huckberry, the reason I wanted to put Huckberry and Carryology right next to each other for some collaborations that they did is because when Carryology does a collaboration with a brand, the price goes up all the time, like no matter what. I know people like Carryology's colorway and the way that they do stuff, but it just seems so, it's just does it always have to go up? Like I just talked about this Huckberry collaboration with Brown Buffalo, right? $245 on Brown Buffalo's website. This bag's $300. It's more affordable, right? And I like the fact that Huckberry is willing to bite the bullet to give their users an affordable price. When Carryology does a collab, whether it's with Big Idea Design or they do it with whoever, in this case they did it with Gear Aid and their Hero Clip. Guys, you know how much I freaking cream the Hero Clip. I love the Hero Clip. But the Hero Clip in the medium for $34 is disgusting. And it's only $34 because of the colorway and the Carryology logo. It still carries the same weight, which is 50 pounds. It still functions the exact same way. And if you are all about the Carryology and you want this, it just dropped a couple of weeks ago. This can be something that you may want to pick up. The small version is $30. Both are overpriced in my opinion, because you can get a 2-pack. You can get a 2-pack of mediums off Amazon for $34, or you can get a single for like between $19 and $21. It just depends on, it really just depends on the color that you choose. So for me, normally these prices are $22. They bumped it up to $34. And matter of fact, if I look at this closely, this holds 60 pounds. The Carryology one holds 50 pounds. Wait, let me make sure I have this correct before I jump down their throat. No, okay, they just have the pictures wrong. They have the pictures wrong. It still holds 60 pounds. Okay. Anyways, I don't think it's worth the price hike. I think once you have your Carryology on there, once you have your freaking Hero Clip on there, I don't think you're really going to notice the color. I own probably a dozen of them, and I rarely notice the color once I'm using it. It's just me. Hero Clips rock ass, but $34. Yeah, that's the issue I have. What up, man? Thanks for kicking the door in. My EDC today is the We. You know what? We just dropped a bunch of stuff. You got the Jack Wolf as well in the DVO. You got a lot of knives on you today. You got a lot of knives on you today, Ron. Hey, join the Discord. Drop some of those knives in Discord, bro. Drop some of those knives in Discord, because maybe we can check some of those out. marinex.com/Discord will get you the Discord information. I'll also throw it in chat. Maybe we can see some of the stuff that you're working with. Go here, just click on the Discord logo in the middle of the screen. That'll bring you to the Discord itself. Hero clips are great, but I don't really need anything but basic black. You know what, Brandon? This is what I did for hero clips. This is what I did. I'm gonna keep it real with you. So what I did was, when I made a purchase for a specific color, the only time I made a purchase for a specific color is when I wanted the multicam. I don't even think they sell the multicam anymore. Let me see. Hot rod, pink, green. I don't see it. So they had a multicam green, and I wanted it, so I bought it. But other than that, the way I buy hero clips is I click on the size that I want, and I see which one is the cheapest. That's how I buy hero clips. I'm like, all right, which color is the cheapest? And then I go through and I start clicking the colors, and that's how I decide which color I'm gonna buy. There is no, I don't care what color it is. I just don't care. I like the functionality. I like the functionality. Thoughts on the 4.7 flashlight? Field trip. Let's see what we got really quick. 4.7 flashlight. 4.7's mini flashlight. Well, this is the first time I'm laying my eyes on it. First thing out of my mouth is like, God damn, that's a that's a pricey flashlight. $104. Is this the one that you're talking about? Or am I looking at another one? Because there's a mini version that's $70. Like, which one, Zachary? Which one are you talking about? I will tell you this. This one for $70 for 4,000 Kelvin. It's kind of warm. I like 5,600 Kelvin. But the lumens are 500 lumen or 800 lumens. I feel like you can just get, like this pocket light that I have right here. This pocket light AA is, you can get the pocket light AA and non-titanium for like $30 and get 500 lumens. So you won't get as much, but is it this one? Or are we talking about the pricey boy that we just saw a second ago? 4.7s, I've never heard of their flashlights. So this is interesting. This would be interesting for something for me to research, because they have the 4.7s. They have quite a few. I've never heard of them. Me with Oz, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. He says, thanks on the Well-Tool T1 Pro flashlight. Okay, I'm going to keep it real with you, Me with Oz. They sent that shit to me, bro. And I feel bad because I have not tested it. I don't feel bad because, listen, let me rephrase that. First off, it uses a rechargeable 14500 battery, or it uses a AA. I like the price point. This thing is coming in at $56. It's a little bit more expensive than the Pocket Tool, but what is the lumens we're getting out of this? So the lumen is on the, okay, so if you use the batteries that they give you, you get 540 lumens. And if you use a AA or two AA's, it gets you 324 lumens. So first off, I don't like the way it looks. It looks really generic. I feel like any company can make this. Second off, I feel like I would just F with either the Phoenix PD25R, 35R, or I would get the Pocket Light by ASP. But they did send this out to me. Sofern sent me some flashlights out I haven't looked at either. You know, it's kind of like, yeah, see, the gray Pocket Light is 1000 lumens. Yeah, the one I have is 500 lumens, I think. So yeah, so it just really depends. I would still get the Nikkor. They are Bay material, I'm assuming. Yeah, the thing is about the Nikkor. I like Nikkor for a number of reasons. I think they make some quality products. I also think Streamlight does too, and Surefire, but they need to work on their pricing. But I like Nikkor because I think they make great products. Like but I really, sometimes stuff does need to have the aesthetics for me. Like some things do. And this M2TA Pro has UHIs on it, but it has the aesthetics for me. I like the knurling. It feels good in the hand, ladies. You know the procedures. Like, this thing is great. Pocket clip is super strong. Issue I have with some moving flashlights is I can break the pocket clip by pulling it. Same with this Ace Beam. This Ace Beam looks really good, and the pocket clip on the Ace Beam is god tier. Both of them are really strong. So sometimes that's what matters to me. Sometimes aesthetics does matter. I'm sorry, it does. Just for me. Not everything. Not everything. But some things it does matter for me particularly. Everything, nah, maybe not so much. Everything, maybe not so much. So, but you know, everybody kind of has like different vibes in the way that they do things. That light is a thrower, though. It smokes the Phoenix AA battery, or the AA lineup. Yeah, so the Phoenix, but is it smoking like the Phoenix? So like the Phoenix 35R might be the most comparable to that. 36R looks bigger. But yeah, if it's a thrower, like sometimes like beam distance matters. Like it can matter, especially if you're trying to put down a threat. I did see Max Level EDC talk about that well, so he liked it a lot. And if Max Level EDC like that shit, that's money in the bank, bro. That's money in the bank easily. So, but listen, guys, I appreciate y'all once again for kicking it with me for another live stream. I got to get back to work, man, and get myself up out of here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on your way out. If this is your first time stopping by, hopefully you enjoyed the content. You got some good stuff out of this, guys. We will speak soon.